Hello everyone, welcome to my new YouTube page. So I picked one of these suckers up. I thought I'd do a little review on it for you guys about my experiences I had with it and how it shot for me. So I picked this up a few days ago and I think I got maybe close to 1,000 rounds or more on it probably. And I just shot it right out of the box. And it was running awesome, and near the end it started to feel like it was getting sluggish. And it wasn't cycling around. I wasn't grabbing it from the magazine, so I thought I'd take it apart and clean it. So you had to take it apart and all my experiences with it and whatnot. So I'll just take this sucker off. So I put AMG on it and it's freaking awesome. I love it on there. But so I'll just go over it a little bit, and so it is unloaded for you people that are worried about that. But so it's got a threaded barrel, or a threaded charging handle I should say, and a threaded barrel too. But so it's got a little bolt and it just threads in there. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that because it could back off potentially if it's not snug, so I'm not really a big fan of that. But I mean, it's only backed off on me once, but I don't think I screwed it in all the way, so just a thing you got to watch out for. But I thought I'd change the grip out for a MDT Elite because it's a little bit wider, but this one it's pretty grippy and I don't mind it actually. So it fits nice in my hand. It's got a little finger nub there, but I like it, so I think I'll just leave it on there. I know some other turkey guns, I think it had the same grip and I couldn't put one of these on there. This is what I usually put on there just because it's a little wider for my hands, but I think I'll just leave that grip on there. So, and safety's right there. I shoot it left-handed, so I just use my index finger to move it, and it seems to be fine for me. I wish it was ambidextrous, but it is what it is, I guess. Mag release, that just can only stay on this side, so, but I mean, it works fine. I haven't had issues with it not working. But yeah, like I said, threaded barrel, 1/2 by 28. It's all aluminum. It's really well put together. Like, it no movement in it or anything. It doesn't make little clunky noise when you grab it or anything like that, like some guns do when you give it a wiggle. But so it's well built as far as I'm concerned. The trigger is actually pretty good. It's got a little bit of play in it there, just a wee little bit, but I mean, it's not too bad. Notice it's got that mark there from the trigger because it does go once the hammer drops, it does extend a little more, but it is pretty light though. I don't know what it drops at, but I'm pretty impressed with the trigger so far anyways. And to disassemble it, it's pretty easy. Just 3 bolts up here. We'll go ahead and do that. So it comes with cleaning rag, manual, one of these. This isn't what came with it, but I'm using this one. And 2 of the 10 rounders out of the box. It comes with 2 of these. And I picked up 3 of these 25 rounders. I'm pretty sure they are. I think mags are 25 round mags are 65 or something like that, so kind of expensive, but it just came to Canada, so go ahead and take this off. This one holds in the handguard too, and it is the shortest out of them all, so you can't really get them mixed up, so then the handguard will slide off. I'm not much of a fan of having to take the rail off the top because you could potentially lose zero, but I've cleaned it a couple times now, and it seems like it's holding zero the whole time, so that's good. But I'd rather have it like a Ruger or a Savage where you can just leave your red dot or scope on and then still clean it. So it says to take out the bolt on the charging handle before you take the rail off, but I mean, it's whatever. You just gotta push down on that to get it off. And this one is the longest one, so I mean, you can't get any of them mixed up, so they're all different sizes. Then the charging handle just comes out. Then you just pull your guide rod and spring out. And then it's got the little brass socket, I think they call it, in the manual. It slides in on top of the bolt there, right in there. And it's got a little lip on the end, so it can only go in one way. Then you just pull the bolt out. So blow black, so it does get decently cruddy in there. So I'll just give her a quick wipe for you guys, and I'm just doing a quick video on it, so I'm not gonna spend a bunch of time cleaning on it. But so I noticed when I first took it apart, some of the paint was wearing, like on the side there. So I don't know if it just needed to get a little break in for it to run properly, because seems like it was slowing down, but mind you, I didn't lube it or anything, so I just pulled it right out of the box and started shooting it. So normally I'd take the ejector bar out and it's just a pin right there, but I'll just leave it in. So usually I'd get a bit more thorough with it, but it just can be quick. So the first time I cleaned it, it wasn't super dirty, but I just lubed it up, and then it was running awesome after that. And I put maybe like 500 more rounds, and I never had any major issue. You're always gonna have a couple jams and whatnot with a 22, but and I guess it also comes sorry for screwing around there, but it also comes with their own barrel nut wrench and castle nut, so I'll just pop the barrel off here quick. It is pretty hard to get off, but you just gotta heave on her, I guess, and then the barrel just slides right out. I haven't taken the trigger off. You can just blow it out. It seems like it doesn't. It's kind of like a Savage, is pretty wide open, the trigger group, and these, it's kind of not as open as even the Rugers too, so it doesn't look like it's too dirty, but you can even just blow it out in there. But I'm not too worried about it. So it's got 2 ejectors there. I haven't had any ejection issues with this thing at all, so I'm pretty impressed with it actually. It's been running good. The only issues I've had was just not grabbing another round and just ammo related issues, but I mean that just comes with shooting 22. And I haven't bothered taking the whole bolt assembly apart, but so I think it is an 18.6 barrel. Yeah, it's not too dirty, so this will go ahead and stick her back together. I don't know what that little line is for. Maybe one of you guys will know, but I don't know if you can see it, but maybe just how they assembled the barrel, but I mean, it is a pretty thick barrel, so. And then it's got that little tab on there to slide in the receiver there, so you can't really get it mixed up at all, so it's kind of idiot proof, this thing, so it's kind of perfect for me. I usually like to just lightly spray the bolt down. I try to run my blowbacks a little bit drier so all the grit or whatever you want to call it doesn't stick to it at all, but it is, we were shooting at like 80-90 yards yesterday and we were hitting the gong, so I'm rather impressed with the accuracy of this thing anyways. It's about the same price as a Ruger, just a basic Ruger. I'd almost take this over a Ruger, how it shoots, how this thing shoots. So I've had more jams and whatnot with my Ruger, but I think the Ruger is a lot more pickier than with ammo than what this thing is. So I'll just slide the barrel in, put the barrel nut on. And we'll tighten her up. I do like how it does come with castle nut and barrel nut wrench, and I guess that's for choke tubes on a shotgun, because they do make shotguns. So then we will slide the bolt in. Eventually I will take it apart and clean out the firing pin and whatnot, but just slide that sucker in there. I noticed the other day when I was cleaning it, there was a bit of crap in the socket in here. But it doesn't look too bad. I noticed that, I don't know if it came with little dimples on there, but I think it's from the spring slapping it maybe. Or just the little nub there maybe hitting it. I'm not too sure what it is, but I guess brass dents, but maybe I just have no idea what I'm talking about. But so we'll just stick the guide rod back in and that goes to the back, the little lip there on it. I do usually like to give the spring a little spray down. So then that, slide it in top up there. And that, there's two little dimples where it sits in, one under there and one right there. So you just got to make sure they're seated in there. Then you just push the spring forwards, and then it sits in there like that. So then we'll put the rail back on. So it's fairly easy to clean. I'm not a fan of taking this piece off all the time and unthreading that. I'd rather have it so it's not threaded, but it is what it is. And then the first one threads into there, so. And this thing, it hasn't moved around on me at all, so it stays together pretty decently, so. So little one is the first one at the top there. I tried looking on the manual to see what foot-pounds it should be torqued to, but I never found anything, so. So I guess they just snug her up and that's good enough. I haven't had issues with it backing off on me, so I guess just snug is good enough, but so I'm not sure if it's like 18 foot-pounds like most things are, but these gloves are kind of annoying, but they are nice. I wish it did say what they need to be torqued to, so not just like a caveman and just heave it off, shear the threads or over tighten it or whatever, but so one time I cleaned it and I don't think I tightened it up all the way and it was starting to come loose, which is kind of annoying, but you just got to make sure you get them snug, I guess. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, so it's back together. Simple as that. Yeah, I noticed with the magazines, like they do get quite a bit of junk down in there, just like most blowback magazines do, or any magazine really, I guess. So to take it apart, you just, like most P-mags or any mags, there's just a little tab on the bottom, and then you slide the bottom piece off. Just make sure you're holding down on that or it's going to shoot out like it did for me not long ago. But so I got this one taken apart and I just ran a rag down it and pulled it through and it cleaned it up nicely. And I think I had the issue once after I cleaned the magazine, so maybe that's what it is, or it's just maybe the ammo not cycling it back all the way and not picking up that other round. But I think it was just the magazine, because I was shooting, it likes the Federals 40 grain. I shot some Aguilas out of it, The Wildcats Winchesters kind of suck, but I just bought a bunch of them, so they do. These are the only 3 that I've tried. I think I might try some more today, but these cycle fine, and same with the Aguilas. These are 1130 feet per second, and these ones are 1240. So, and the slower ones cycle fine. These are 1255, the Wildcats. So I think I might try some slower rounds and see how it cycles. But yeah, other than that, I think everyone should get themselves one of these. I'm quite impressed with how it is. I've had turkey guns in the past, but they kind of let me down, so I was a little bit lenient on getting another one, but so far I'm rather impressed with it out of the box. You can tell they kind of put some time and effort in what they were doing with this thing, so I wish it was ambidextrous, but you don't really find too many 22s like that because I shoot left-handed. But I mean, I don't get too much brass in the face too much, so it's not too bad, and it's not that loud, so that's, but I guess most 22s aren't loud. But I like that is threaded barrel to throw whatever you want on the end of it, and the tan is, I do love the color, so that's why I thought I'd get it. I was all wanting to come home as soon as I could from work so I could start shooting it, and I'm super glad I got it because it just came into Canada, so I think I got the gun store to hold on to it for me, so they said they were sold out like fast, so I would advise you, if you can, to get yourself one of these Derya TM22. I'm probably saying it way wrong, but I really don't care. And I tried taking off the buffer tube to change the sling point to this side, if I could just flip it around. But I got the castle nut off. I was going to take the buffer tube off, but it was so bloody tight, so I just left it. So I could probably get it off, but I just didn't want to break anything the first time I took it apart. So, but I think the black ones are cheaper. I think they come in green, FDE, black. I think there was another color, but I just had to get the tan. Once I got the Glock 19, that's in tan, and I just absolutely love the color, so I figured I'd get another tan gun to go with it. So far I'm super impressed with this thing, especially with the AMG on the top of it. I'm probably going to put this thing on something else, but I just thought I'd slap this sucker on there for now. It's super, super sweet. I was looking at it. I don't know if my reticle is just slightly off. Maybe it's just me, but I'm pretty impressed with this thing. It's just nice. But yeah, if you can get your hands on one of these things, I would advise it. And I don't know if I thought for some reason they had 50 round mags, but I don't know. So I've seen a couple of videos online where they said 50, and I think it was this magazine right here. It was a little bit tighter than the other magazines I had, so I think it just needs to get filed down. Maybe like it's got the odd mark from it, but it was just the one magazine that was, so you could see it was a little bit tight in there, but the other ones just come right out nicely. They do drop out, so that's always nice. Yeah, some of these are, yeah, you got some marks on them there, but I think over time they'll eventually start wearing down, so it'll drop free. But another thing I do like is it does hold the bolt open on the last round, which is I do like. Then you can just, or as I sometimes do, I just pull the bolt back and pull the magazine out. So I feel like it'll save on that little tab over time, but maybe that's just me just being picky. But yeah, so I'm gonna try some more ammo in it and see what happens, but I do love it. Thanks for watching my video.